They told you the price was the price. But now, the lie is collapsing in real time. Dealers are slashing 30, 40, even 50 grand off trucks they once swore were worth every penny. The illusion of value just went up in smoke. For years, the sticker was gospel, pay it or miss out. Now that same number is a punchline. These discounts aren't generosity, they're desperation. Every unsold truck bleeds money by the hour. Why are prices dropping so fast? What are they hiding behind those limited offers? And how long before the next brand cracks? Watch closely, because by the end of this, you'll see the scam was never the sale. It was the sticker itself. Let's break it down in today's video. Note, this video is an independent analysis based on public sources. It does not represent any organization or political stance. We encourage you to think critically and share your thoughts in the comments. 80 grand trucks. Not long ago, a family could buy a solid truck for around 40 grand. Not bare bones, not luxury, just dependable and comfortable. But in a few short years, those same trucks jumped to 60. Automakers blamed shortages and supply chain issues, but it was greed, pure and simple. Families drained savings, signed long loans, even paid over MSRP because they were told inventory was scarce. Dealers smiled while buyers begged. When Ford, Chevy, and Ram started charging $80,000 for chrome trim and leather seats, they crossed a line. Every inflated sticker became an insult. Families sacrificed vacations and home repairs just to make payments, and that resentment never disappeared. Now, the tide has turned. Trucks are sitting unsold, and the panic isn't yours anymore, it's theirs. Now they need you. Walk onto a lot today, and it's a different world. Endless rows of trucks shimmer under the sun, every color, every trim, stacked bumper to bumper. The salesman who once said, "We can't keep them in stock," now begs you to take a test drive. They need you more than you need them. Every unsold pickup costs them interest. The clock ticks louder in their office than in your driveway. For the first time in years, buyers hold the cards, and dealers know it. You can see it in their forced smiles and nervous voices. The roles have flipped. You're not pleading for a deal. They're pleading for your signature. And honestly, it's just as long overdue. But even with lots overflowing, the most shocking part comes when you look at the sticker. The sticker price scam. The window sticker used to be untouchable, the manufacturer's suggested price. But let's be honest, it was never a suggestion. It was a demand. Now, it's a joke. Picture this, a shiny truck marked at 90 grand. You raise an eyebrow and the salesman rushes over, but for you, 60. That $30,000 discount isn't a favor. It's proof the sticker was always fake, stuffed with phantom add-ons and corporate arrogance. These price cuts aren't about kindness. They're about survival. The sticker, once a symbol of prestige, has become a liability. When that number on the glass means nothing, the whole illusion collapses. And the moment buyers stop believing the sticker, the market shifts forever. Deadlines backfired. The auto industry's biggest enemy isn't competition, it's the calendar. Quarterly bonuses, model year deadlines, and shareholder pressure keep the clock ticking. When that clock runs out, panic sets in. And this year it exploded. Dealers had to clear last year's models fast, just as new federal EV tax rules loomed. Suddenly, the suits weren't dictating terms. They were begging buyers to take the keys. Those unthinkable discounts didn't appear from generosity. They came from fear. Deadlines turned from strategy into detonators, and the blast hit hard. For once, the pressure landed where it belonged, on the corporations that squeezed you for years. Ford flinched. Ford was the first giant to blink. But make no mistake, it wasn't out of kindness. Their discounts were strategic, focused on the trims most people might actually buy. Walk up to an XLT or Lariat, and suddenly the price drops. But glance at a King Ranch or Platinum. Prices still hover near 80 grand. No deals, no mercy. Ford still believes someone will pay top dollar for a badge and some chrome. Maybe once they would have, but not anymore. Buyers have woken up and the spell is broken. Something big just broke in the truck industry, and the giants are finally panicking. For years, they sold the dream of luxury pickups with sky-high prices. Now that illusion is collapsing. Fast. They're still clinging to their fantasy of fat profit margins, praying a few suckers, as some dealers even call them, will show up. But Ford's recent split strategy exposed the truth. The system's cracking. They know mid-level trims keep families loyal, but high-end models keep shareholders smiling. That balance is gone. Buyers want value, not vanity. The myth of trucks as untouchable status symbols is dying. Ford blinked, but only halfway. That half-step showed fear. Fear of losing middle-class buyers while chasing a luxury dream that's falling apart. Chevy, though, didn't hesitate. They went straight for the jugular. Chevy's $10,000 slash. While others played it safe, Chevy went bold, cutting 10 grand off their Silverado LT. These weren't stripped-down work trucks. They were four-wheel drive V8 models, the ones families actually want. Suddenly, $60,000 trucks dropped below 50. No gimmicks. No fake internet discounts. Just a clear signal that prices had been inflated for too long. Families walking into Chevy dealerships finally saw something they hadn't in years: honesty. Chevy wasn't being generous. They were fighting for survival. They knew Ford was still stuck in its luxury bubble, and they wanted the middle-class buyers Ford just scared away. That brutal honesty hit hard. A $10,000 cut felt less like a deal, and more like an apology. Ram's desperate move. Then came Ram, and they went nuclear. They slashed $13,000 off their bighorn trim. On paper, it looked like a knockout punch. A truck that once cost over 60 grand now dropped into the mid-40s. And with a new twin-turbo Hurricane engine, the value looked unbeatable. But this wasn't generosity either. It was desperation. Ram had overplayed its hand, pricing mid-market trucks like luxury toys. That $13,000 discount was them crawling back to reality. Sure, it made buyers feel like they won, but for Ram, it screamed panic. Massive cuts don't build trust. They expose guilt. The Bighorn's discount wasn't a deal. It was an apology for greed. Luxury lots rot. Here's the ugly truth the automakers won't admit. No one's lining up to spend $90,000 on a pickup anymore. Ford's Platinum, Ram's Tungsten, Chevy's RST EV, all sitting unsold. Buyers are done paying house-sized loans for chrome and cup holders. For years, these status trucks propped up profits while normal trims barely broke even. Now, even wealthy buyers are walking away. Why pay 90 grand when your neighbor just got almost the same truck for half? Those trucks aren't trophies anymore. They're warnings. Each unsold luxury pickup sitting in the lot is a monument to arrogance. The illusion has shattered. The game is over. It's about payments. And when prices still didn't move enough, dealers fell back on their oldest trick: the monthly payment. What do you want your payment to be? That's the trap. It's never about the truck's real value. It's about stretching your wallet just enough to make the sale. Now, as trucks pile up and buyers walk away, the automakers' finance arms are in overdrive, slashing interest rates, extending loans, anything to keep the illusion alive. Lots are filling up, high-end trims sit unsold, and the proud roar of the industry is turning into a quiet panic. Affordability has become the wrecking ball they can't dodge. Look around your neighborhood: 2 driveways, 2 identical trucks. One sold last year for 80 grand. The other just went for 40. The same badge, same shine. But now, the first owner looks like the fool. Resale values are collapsing. Pride is turning into regret. Truck ownership, once a symbol of strength, is becoming a mark of debt. The fallout spreads far beyond the showroom. Factory workers fear layoffs. Dealers drown in unsold inventory. Politicians scramble to spin the chaos as victory. Everyone wants your dollar, and for once, you hold the power. Wall Street hates it. What buyers see as long overdue justice, investors call disaster. Profits are shrinking, margins are collapsing, and the money men are furious because you're finally paying less. But don't celebrate yet. The automakers are already writing their next move: production cuts, fake bundles, and hidden fees buried deep in paperwork. The sticker might look smaller, but the trap remains. This isn't just a story about trucks. It's a battle over control between corporations, politicians, and the people who actually pay the bills. And this fight? It's only beginning. Because while the walls are cracking today, tomorrow they'll try to rebuild them around you. Stay alert. Share this message before others fall into the same trap. The next move is coming, and when it hits, you'll want to be ready. This was just the beginning. Hit that subscribe button and buckle up. Digital Garage has so much more in store.